All right, we've had some big storms rolling across the North Shore, and that is headed south of the lake. A few images that are sent to us in Mandeville of this is, if you can't really see it clearly, it looks like a pine tree almost cut this roof in half in Mandeville. Had some very strong gusty winds and had some other images of other trees down in Mandeville. So definitely have strong winds. There were reports of some small hail within these storms as well. Look at this tree almost seemingly uprooted across one of the roads in Mandeville. So there was some damage being reported from the storms there. These are moving south of the lake now. They're not quite as strong as they were on the North Shore, but still gusty winds. We had the little outflow boundary ahead of those storms already roll through. And note that the line itself is certainly weakening in intensity. The lightning counter is coming down, so what rain we're expecting in the metro area is not going to be nearly as strong. Some minor damage is possible. Looks like these storms were a bit stronger as they started to initialize on the North Shore. Still ongoing into Harrison County, Mississippi, as that is pushing toward Jackson County. Rainfall totals on the North Shore, these are just rainfall estimates based on the radar, but some spots got over 1 inch to 2 inches of rain, much needed. Doesn't really help out our drought, but boy, is this welcomed rain across the area. Now, north of that is where the drier air is. This is associated with our weak front, fairly potent to bring in some showers and thunderstorms, and the dew points will start falling, not right away, but later on overnight tonight. Probably not really starting until after midnight. Dew points are starting to lower in Macomb, but everyone else still sitting into the very hot, humid atmosphere. Now, the dew points are not going to just bottom out in terms of how dry will it get, but I'll tell you what, considering where we have been over the last several weeks and even in mid-August, under normal circumstances, dew points in the 60s will make it feel a little more comfortable. Rain-cooled air north of the Lake Mississippi, 70s, low 80s. We are still sitting at 100 degrees right now in Kenner. Now, it looks like the climate data is saying 100 degrees, but I believe the Weather Service went in and saw that today's high was actually 101, so we have broken another record. Either way, 100 or 101, we destroyed the old record of 98 degrees, and we have set a new record of consecutive days of either 100 or 101. Now we're at 6 days. I do think this record will stop. The streak will come to an end tomorrow with the drier air. It'll be a little bit milder, still hot tomorrow, but maybe only around 95, 96 degrees. It's saying something when we're celebrating that. Look at the lowering clouds, cameras starting to shake, and there have been times of lightning off in the distance. So these are the thunderstorms, welcomed rain moving into the city. 100 degrees still currently at Kenner. We should start to see those temperatures coming down as the rainfall moves in. Now, this is a fairly potent system. You can see the spin on satellite here up near the Great Lakes and moving toward New England. Fairly strong frontal system, which I will say was a little stronger than I thought would get in terms of rain development and thunderstorms. Most of the models had not been indicating a whole lot of thunderstorm development, but sure enough, this has been a fairly active front, and we need the rain. Drier air starts moving in overnight tonight, may begin the morning with a little bit of passing cloud cover, but I think plenty of sunshine. And with that drier air tomorrow, it should be a little bit better of a day. Still in the mid to upper 90s, but we'll take what we can get. A couple of areas being highlighted in the the eastern and central Atlantic. Not worrying about those, as most long-range models indicate those will stay in the Atlantic. What we're going to be watching, though, is the Gulf of Mexico by this weekend. Now, if it was me, Hurricane Center is currently not highlighting anything. This is, again, a 7-day forecast. If it was me, I would start highlighting the central Gulf to maybe 20 to 30%, because the models are starting to pick up on that little wave we've been talking about, and maybe it becoming a depression. Now, for us, it looks like this is going to stay well down to our south. What I'm hoping on is that we're going to get a little bit of this moisture surge that'll be coming our way. It looks like most of that moisture may be more along the Louisiana coastline than anything. Depending upon the strength of the high, this may not even be close enough to get any rainfall. So we may be watching for some tropical development in the Gulf next week, but at the moment does not look like it would, one, be a threat to us, or two, nothing very strong. We've got time to watch. 96 degrees, a little less humid. Wednesday, Thursday, we're back to 100 into the weekend, and then some isolated showers, mainly along the coastline, early next week.
All right, thank you, Chris. Organized